Hey guys, how are you guys? Today in another episode of Mr. EVIOMATIC podcast. This is episode something like 6. Yeah, today I have come back with another issue that is really stressing a lot of people out there. Uh, Take a instance, like your channel was being monetized and the revenue has been running on your channel, and then suddenly you run into some stuff and then it is demonetized. I can feel your pain. But now, here today, we are getting a solution on how you can get back into the YPP program in case you are demonetized. So, first of all, this topic is how to get back into the YouTube YPP or the YouTube Partner Program after demonetization, after you have had strikes or reused the content. This video is for you. So, basically, this is my story. So, first of all, you need to understand what went wrong, okay? Because if you don't get to know what went wrong, you can't be able to fix the uh, demonetization or not being added in, like reapplying and then you're always rejected. First of all, you need to understand the problem, okay? So, because today we are going to talk about the topic that many creators are afraid to talk about, a topic that can affect your motivation, your income, and even your confidence as a creator. Today we are talking about it because I want to show you how you can rebuild your channel even after it has been demonetized, or even if you have had community guideline strikes, copyright problems, and reused content issues. This episode is not about attacking YouTube. This episode is not about saying YouTube is bad. This episode is about learning, because the truth is sometimes as creators we make mistakes and sometimes we don't fully understand the policies. Sometimes we focus so much on the views and the money that we forget one important thing. Because a channel or a YouTube channel is a long-term business and it needs a strong foundation. I'm making this episode because I personally experienced the fear of seeing a channel that you worked on for years suddenly face problems. Then you will start asking yourself, what am I doing now? Will my channel survive? Did I lose everything? But today, I want to tell you creators something. A setback doesn't have to be the end. Sometimes a setback is a warning telling you change your direction, improve, or build something stronger. So my experience with demonetization. Let me share my experience. I built my channel by creating content that people enjoyed watching. I saw growth, I saw subscribers coming, I saw videos getting views. And when you see numbers going up, sometimes you start believing this is really working. I should continue doing this. But as creators, we have always to ask ourselves, is this really sustainable? Like if you are after a long time business, is this really sustainable? Because getting views and staying on YouTube are two different things. A video can go viral, but it doesn't automatically mean it is safe or it is a safe foundation for the channel. So eventually I faced reused content concerns, community guideline issues, copyright related challenges, and this moment was really a reality check. Because when monetization disappears, you realize something. The important thing is not just about making money today. The most important thing is building a channel that can even still exist tomorrow. Okay? Now, this is the emotional side of losing the YPP or the YouTube Partner Program. Let's talk about something many creators don't discuss, the mental side. When you lose monetization, it's not all about money. For many creators, YouTube represents the years of work, dreams, time spent editing, a community they built. You might feel angry, you might feel disappointed. You might start comparing yourself with other creators. And you might even think, why is this happening to me? But the question is, this is the question we should ask for ourselves that are going through this situation. What can I learn from this situation? Because I know it's so emotional when you lose your monetization. But what can you learn within that trying period. Because because blaming doesn't rebuild the channel. But when you learn, this does help. A creator who accepts responsibility has the power to improve, and a creator who refuses to learn will repeat the same mistakes. Now, let's go to this. Understanding reused content. Some of you have used reused content like for most of the years, but of course there is a policy that you have to follow if you are to use reused content. And if you don't follow that policy very well, it may lead you to situations like this, being demonetized. Many creators misunderstand this. They think that, but I edited it, but I added subtitles, I changed the titles, I added music, but YouTube looks deeper. The question is, did you add meaningful or original values? Did you add your own explanation? Did you add your own opinion, analysis, or storytelling, or even personality? Because simply changing appearance of the existing content might not be enough. YouTube needs more. You need to add more on the reused content or material. So creators need to understand that YouTube is not only looking for the videos that people watch, they are looking for creators who provide unique values. Okay? So let's take an example. Let me give you an example for now. Imagine two creators covering the same movie. Creator number one, they upload the scenes from the movie with rarely small edits. The viewer is mainly watching the original movie. Then creator number two, these appear on camera, just like I'm telling you right now. They explain the story, just like what I'm doing. We discuss characters, we give opinions. We also analyze the message in the movie. The viewer is watching because the creator's contribution is making them stay there. That's difference. The difference is really extremely important because the other one is just uploading content that they don't own. But the second creator is uploading content with him in the story. You can feel him when he's explaining, and you can see him on camera, just like what you're doing right now. So copyright versus community guidelines. I talked about this in some episode. Among the podcast episodes, you'll go back and check. I talked about the difference between copyright and community guidelines. So now I'm just going to just give a little hint about it. Now let's separate two things that many creators confuse: a copyright and a community guideline. The copyright is about ownership. Okay? Example, a movie studio, a music company, or a creator, they own something. They have rights over how it is used anywhere, not only on YouTube, but even off YouTube. Now the community guidelines, these are rules, YouTube rules, for what is allowed to be used on this YouTube platform. Those are called community guidelines. You can have problem with any of them. You can either have a problem with copyright or community guidelines. It is like you can't avoid them. So the creator needs to understand both of them. So now the copyright lesson. Many creators think if I say fair use, I'm protected. But fair use is not just a magic word. Adding words no copyright intended doesn't automatically protect a video, but real transformation comes from what you actually add: your analysis, criticism, education, and the commentary. So creators need to focus on creating value, not just watching or using someone else's work. Another community guideline lesson. Community guidelines strikes are really serious. A warning is a chance to learn because they first give you a warning before a community guideline strike. Okay? Because if it is your first time to violate a community guideline, they won't give you the strike straight away, but they will first give you a warning. And that warning, actually, it doesn't limit you from doing whatever you have been doing, uploading, doing lives and what. But when you get a community guideline strike, it will limit you. The first one will limit you for 1 week. where you will not upload, do lives, or anything. Okay? So when you get the second community guideline, they will stop you from uploading, doing live, or anything on YouTube for 2 weeks. And when you get the third community guideline strike, your channel is completely over. So, a warning is just a chance to learn, but a strike is a serious reminder that you somewhere violated the YouTube rules. So creators should read the policies for YouTube. They have to complete the training when it's available, because when you receive a community guideline, they don't automatically just leave you there, but they tell you to go and complete the training process to see what you have violated so that you don't violate it again. Because YouTube, when it gives you a strike, it shows you what you have made and it directs you to a right path. So creators should read the policy. They should complete the training when it's available and avoid repeating the same mistake, because losing a channel that took years to build can happen really quickly. Okay, so if you're watching this and your channel has been demonetized, I want you to remember your first reaction should not be to panic. It happened, but I didn't panic. Your first reaction should be, what do I need to change? Look at your channel honestly. Look at it completely. I know it's painful and it's hurtful. Ask yourself, would someone watching my content clearly see my own creativity? If the answer is no, then this is the opportunity to rebuild. Change your style, your voice, add your personality. Okay? Create something that only you can create. Because the strongest creators are not the ones who depend on borrowed content or reused content. The strongest creators are the ones, all the people who come back because of who they are. So that has been a simple video for today, telling you about how you can get back into the YPP program, the YouTube Partner Program, to be remonetized again after being rejected or after being found that you have reused content on your YouTube. So I'll see you in the next episode. Subscribe and like, share with someone. It might be helpful to someone. Then I will see you in another video. Thank you.